Hello. So, I was like, I should start streaming earlier. And then I immediately got news that somebody was like, hey, you need to do this tonight. And I was like, okay. So, I have less than 3 hours to stream now. But, I have some family in town, so we're having dinner. And I feel like it's probably going to be pretty late by the time I get back from dinner, so I don't know if I'm going to stream afterwards. Try not to do so many late streams, but who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I really just want to do like a, I really just want to do like a 6-hour stream to get a lot more of this game done. Because I feel like it's only been, I feel like I haven't done very long streams recently. Feeling better? That depends. Actually, I think my allergies are a little bit better today. There's a lot going on and simultaneously not a lot going on. You know, it's one of those. But I won't get into the details. Not right now. Because we'll see. I have some big decisions to make in the next couple months, so. Let's play video game. You know what? I do want to complain about one other thing before I start, really. Is that I was looking into, because I learned how to play a little bit of Minecraft on a small server that a couple of my friends were in. But then, like, I feel like nobody really plays the server anymore, and my friends are too busy to play it, so I'm like, maybe I should just go play... Maybe I should set up my own little solo survival world and go play that, and then maybe stream it. Just so I can be like, hey, I'm a baby, I'm a new Minecraft baby, where? But then, I just had a lot of issues with the way Minecraft and Microsoft accounts are set up, because I was thinking about doing the mods that I had. And I was using like a third-party client, I guess, to like, you know, set up the mods and launch the game. Third-party launcher. And the thing about that is, I did buy Minecraft years and years ago, but it was like on a personal account. And for some reason, when I was like, I wonder if I could change the name of my Minecraft account, it's like, for some reason it thinks that I tried to change my name, so it's like, you have to wait like another 10 days to do it. And I'm like, no, I never tried to change my name. So I either need to wait till I can change my name on that account, or just set up a new account, which I finally figured out how to like choose which login, because for some reason it like tries to force you to log in with the same account. So you basically have to pretend like you're creating a new account and then log in with a different one. It's a whole thing. And the reason why I was thinking about doing that instead of, unlike these other launchers, you can do offline mode where you can set up a new user. But the thing about that is that for some reason, okay, my Minecraft also has a lot of glitches to it, which is the other reason why I was worried about streaming it, because when I tried to set up like an offline profile, for some reason, no matter what I do, it won't set my skin to be anything, so I'm stuck as the default. I'm stuck as default Steve. And also, at some point, I have like a bunch of weird audio glitches, so a lot of noises in Minecraft I cannot hear anymore, and I don't know why. But I can hear certain things, like I can hear chests opening, those are very loud. I can hear some animals, but not others. It's so stupid. Like, I can hear certain background music, but not others. It's very bizarre. Honestly, the fact that I can even hear anything is like an improvement over what it was. I don't know why. So it could be interesting, but it also could be a disaster. To be like, here's my super scuffed Minecraft setup. I don't know how to fix it. The zombies? Oh, you mean the can I hear them in the game? I'm trying to think. Can I do the zombies make noise? I don't think so. I cannot hear most of the enemies. I cannot hear their noises. But I can hear some animals. I can hear raccoons, for example. Yeah, no enemy creatures. Maybe some, but I feel like most of them no. I could definitely hear raccoons and maybe a couple of the birds. Yeah, it's trust me, this is even more baffling is that the sound did work when I started playing on this server, and then it stopped working, and even my friend was like, hey, can you show me your settings? And I was like, okay. And we don't know what happened. We don't know. I forget, I think maybe I'm using Prism Launcher. I think maybe I tried to go back to just the vanilla Minecraft launcher, and I think maybe it worked in that, so maybe it's something to do with Prism. I don't know. I was thinking about trying to set up a Poly Launcher or whatever it's called, like another third-party one. But for some reason that one's been giving me like issues and I can't really set it up. So I'm just like, you know what? We can make our own sound effects. We can make our own sound effects. Anyways. So yeah, I was looking at that again today, trying to figure out if I could set it up. Also, like I was saying, I either have to wait like 10 days to change my username, because if I play offline, I won't be able to set my skin, and I don't want to be stuck as Steve if I'm gonna stream it, you know? I hate being Steve. I'm sick of it. Or if I use a new account, I have to buy Minecraft again. And do you know that? Because I was like, I bought Minecraft like 4 years ago to just give it a try in creative mode, and then I never played it. And then I swear it was like 15 bucks or something. It's like $40 now. Like, excuse me? $40? I mean, I think that's technically the deluxe mode, but the regular mode is still $30. And like, are you kidding me? Who knows? I might just end up doing that, because I don't know if I wait a week, I might stop caring about Minecraft, you know? So those are... Yeah, apparently I looked it up, and they did have like a price increase, maybe last year or so. But like, that's crazy. $40 for Minecraft? Like... Because I thought one of the selling points of Minecraft was that it was supposed to be quite cheap. That's crazy. But I think it could be fun, because the mods I was playing are also pretty fun. They give me stuff to do. And so, like I said, I've also learned a little bit in the last 2 weeks, so I'm not technically like a brand new fresh baby. But it was also maybe good that I had people to explain to me what to do. But yeah, you know what? I finally get it. I understand why the children yearn for the mines. All right, let's play before I run out of time and have to run out to go to family dinner. I don't even remember where we stopped exactly. I assume we're trying to get Adrian Andrews. We're trying to imply that she is the murderer. I think that's what we're doing now. And Edgeworth has something up his sleeve. Yeah, maybe it's movie inflation. Maybe that's why it was the perfect time for them to change the price. I almost wish I could set up a little server. Sometimes I wish I could play games with viewers. I just don't have like a lot of games to play with them, you know? Because like I think the appeal of like, even if I don't really interact with people on a Minecraft server, it's kind of nice to just walk around and see new buildings appear over time. You know, when you have to populate the entire world yourself, it feels a little more lonely. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Oh, that's right. She was saying that she was trying to protect Matt and Guard. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Yeah, maybe this is why people also want, like, you know, some people really wish that there was like a Sims multiplayer, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's the appeal of it. But I mean, Sims does have like a lot of, you know, they do have like a lot of pre-built and stuff, so the world doesn't feel as empty, I guess. Which I guess, like, Minecraft does have like some villages, but the villages kind of suck. Like, most of them aren't that cute looking. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. Ugh. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach us that at school. At least not from what I remember. Yeah, it's kind of late in our career to be learning about this. But I feel like this is also a thing with a lot of these cases. A lot of times we just kind of tack on motive at the very end. I feel like they're mostly just about evidence. Although I feel like informally the opportunity has been a big issue for a lot of cases. May I continue now? Yes, ma'am. Sorry for interrupting, ma'am. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt and Guard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? She was kind of in cahoots. Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Engard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. It's kind of bold of her to assert that she was trying to protect Matt from a murder charge when she was also about to ruin his career, it sounds like. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please. We're grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I don't know why I always have to clear my throat on stream. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Has Mr. Engard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corrida with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Engard, yet you still helped out. Yeah, it's very strange. Unless it was a personal issue for her. The person on trial right now is Mr. Engard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. It is, because I'm now trying to pin the blame on her. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Oh yeah, but you know what? I think I did fix my audio issues at least for like OBS purposes and stream purposes. It's so weird. There was like something in my settings that changed, but I swear it changed like mid-stream. Because I was trying to figure out if I I constantly put my hands in the wrong place on my keyboard, and so sometimes I misclick when I'm trying to I'm trying to just use the correct keybinds, but like my hands will be shifted over one and I won't notice. But there's no way that this is like a keybind to this weird setting thing. Either way, hopefully this is something I won't have to deal with again. I feel so bad. It always happens to, it happens to everybody, but it's so annoying to deal with tech stuff during a stream. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Engard was taking a nap in his room? Telling me now that that too was a lie, so you could cover for Mr. Engard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. Keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. Can't say the same for some people here in the courtroom, however. Judge is glaring straight at Mia. She's not glaring at you, Phoenix? He's glaring at you, smart guy. Damn, Mia, why are you mad at me? You're on my side. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. Fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume. Yeah, the big button. That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Ugh. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. What the heck, Mia? Thank goodness Mia could still look at me. Why is she so pissed at me all of a sudden? Damn, like what did I do? I should just think I'm incompetent? With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. That button was torn off Juan during his fight with Matt. How do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard. Yeah, but that doesn't really prove that it was a fight. Why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Well, I mean, I assume Edgeworth filled her in. Or because she planted it. Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not. Ugh. And I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Engard at any time. Why then would she wait until a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Engard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will toward the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour. Please, stop slandering the witness. As expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now. But it'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Indeed. Oh, got it, Chief. Gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. We're back to the beginning. What kind of evidence do I have up here? Oh, there we go. Strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. Trying to think like what angle I need to go at. I was trying to remember too if we like... I feel like last time we had already started to hint that... Yeah, we had said that she was the one who wore it to leave the room. I'm just thinking, like, they kept saying that the button was found in his pants. So it could have been planted there, but like, what if they were these pants instead? Oh, excuse me. Strangled with a scarf, stabbed with a knife. I feel like the strangling hasn't really come up very much. And we also have the guitar stuff that we started talking about, but we didn't really get anywhere with. All right, let's take a look at these options again. Intuition, okay. No, she's saying it's motive, opportunity, and evidence. And they're trying to tell me to pay attention to these things. Yes. Yes, traditional Japanese hakama pants. I actually like them. I kind of want some. But you know, I actually have a couple of like cotton yukata, like summer wear kimono, but I never wear them to anything anyways. It's very rare. So if I had like hakama, I doubt I'd wear them either. You know, you gotta wear them to like a Japanese event or something. But I like the hakama pants for girls because they're kind of, they sit higher on the waist or even like near the chest. Like sometimes you see them too for like girls' graduations or like maybe college or high school or whatever, or like for big events like when they turn 20 or something. All right. They're super cute, especially like, I feel like it's a fashion you sometimes see paired with like slightly more like Western styles mixed in. Like I always associate them with like really cute like ankle boots or like riding boots as opposed to like Japanese style shoes. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove that I'm right. Has Mr. Engar done something to hurt or betray you personally? None of our concern. Alright. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. He was sleeping. He was taking a nap in his room. Yeah, she can't prove he was sleeping the entire time. Okay. That makes sense. I feel like this is a tricky one. The button was torn off during his fight. How do you know that? I mean, this is the proof that the button came from the costume, which is not the proof that it was torn off during the fight. Yeah, he thinks it's very suspicious too. She had to protect him. Huh. Alright. I feel like I'm gonna need to save because I feel like I'm definitely gonna have to experiment a little bit with this one. I feel like... Okay, okay. Wishy-washy. So, opportunity, evidence, motive. She had a feeling Matt was the murderer. No proof of his motive. I mean, I'm thinking, or at least I'm assuming it's possibly related to either this, like, maybe Matt did know about that this was a setup, or that he knew something was related to this. Like, he's got to be implicated in the suicide note somehow. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. He didn't have an alibi. I mean... yeah, we can't really say anything about this because we don't have any evidence that has anything to do with whether he was sleeping or not. Oh, excuse me. The button was torn off. That's what I'm thinking about, is that, like, what if they were in these pants instead? I don't know. But I'm assuming that when they say they were in his pants, they were in the ones he was physically wearing at the time. That's alright. I haven't been taking too many wild guesses in a while, so... It's usually like one of the last statements. So I kind of just want to do a couple of random guesses here. I don't remember exactly where we stopped with regard to the fact that the guitar case was opened after stuff was... after things fell off the dresser. So, like, was it really a scuffle, I guess? And he was also strangled and then stabbed. Like, is strangling that? I don't know. I feel like in a scuffle or something, I could see stabbing somebody. I feel like strangling requires, you know, usually that's something you do when you catch somebody by surprise. But I suppose if he had started to strangle somebody, then they might, you know, he could do that by surprise, and then they might accidentally, like, flail and kick stuff off of the dresser. I was also thinking about how the knife is, like, so close to the button. Because I'm like, what if they just used that knife to, like, cut off the button to frame him? Well, right now we're trying to kind of pin it on her, but I'm not 100% sure that she's the one who actually did it. But I do think that she's trying to pin it on Engard. I'm just taking a couple of wild swings here with the contradiction. Yeah. The button. I forget, I think I already did this one. Victims, blood, and fingerprints. This is the victim's autopsy report. Really? It's this one? Clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. Oh, is it because she was... Wait. What does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean it was ripped off the costume when after the stabbing. Ah! After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. I get it now. I see. Man, I was not getting it at all though. Because the victim was strangled to death in the fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. What's the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did it serve? Purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Indeed. Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? A memento. Pin the crime on Engard. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Engard. There's no way anyone would put a bloodied button in their own pants. That's right, Mr. Engard was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is? Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Finally, Can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer. The person who planned to frame Mr. Engard is... It was her. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Corita's killer. What? I still can't help but think that sometimes, like I said, I watched somebody stream Undertale a long time ago, and they at one point commented that the music is very Ace Attorney sounding, and like, I can hear it in so many of the tracks now. That there's like certain Ace Attorney qualities to certain Undertale tracks. Maybe I should play that game someday. I don't know. I'm afraid to. I feel like I'd get too emotional. This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Any evidence? All the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then, what is this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Engard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Ugh. I love the joke of like glasses characters having like an infinite amount of glasses. I feel like there's a couple of anime that have done this, but the only one that immediately comes to mind is there's a joke in Blue Exorcist where the glasses brother Yukio, he has like, I feel like he has like 20 pairs of glasses in his desk or something. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only person who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Engard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own hakama. The only person who could have put this button into Matt Engard's hakama is the person that went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about the order of events on the guitar case. That's another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Although, I guess she could have wiped her own prints off of it? I don't know. Because she wouldn't have been wearing gloves before. Because in order to open the case, she would have not been wearing gloves. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? Could have only been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out she touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. Very possible, I guess. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there's this photo. Photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Engard. He would be much too short for his own costume if that was him. All of her guilty faces are very cute. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please, stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I got her this time. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. I mean, that's only gonna make you look worse, girly. Yes. You're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Engard's room... Oh yeah, I forgot. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. That's it. That's when Francesca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. Thanks, boss. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Haven't done? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What's so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you've proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You've yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. Ooh. I'm really worried about, like, having to present her evidence about her own suicide attempt. Miss Andrews, you. Did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? Nope. Wait, is this... Oh. Clicked on the wrong screen. I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I'd be guilty of due to my silence. Girl, that's not how this is going to play out for you. Just taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation. I don't know, I feel like this looks really bad for her. I feel like if you come this far and you choose not to testify, there's not a lot of good that can happen. I think we reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof. What? That's not true! I'm doing my best out here. In this situation, there's only one thing this court can do. And that is to declare a recess. Oh my god, another recess? Recess? Do they mean for like a 15-minute break, or do they mean like another day? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial, no, we can't do a trial tomorrow. Tomorrow? But Maya will be... If we don't get a not guilty verdict today... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... Yeah, I was gonna say, we did tell him about... I believe we told him about Maya. Did we not? But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... It's not impossible for the trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth? What are you... It's true. Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true. However, actually, there's one little thing I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, it's so funny to me how much I like Edgeworth now. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice, but you didn't drink it. And I would assume that the juice drinker was, what's his face? Because he's the one who liked the juice so much. Yes, and? Can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually, when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So, my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. He's our little baby boy. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. When I found the body, that glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. So I went to pour him some juice. She didn't know he was dead. Well, I guess he wasn't stabbed at that point. When I realized he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Oh. There we go. She knocked the vase over. So you poured the glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Whew. Glass of juice. I didn't pour it for myself. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you just wait a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. Couldn't have said it better myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. So it was a mess. Oops. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Carita? If she knocked over the flower vase, what does she mean by mess? I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. So sassy. And then, what did you see next, witness? Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. Slumped over? Yeah, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. So he wasn't stabbed yet. He really looked like he was sleeping. Did that sound a little odd? So I think they're suggesting that we're gonna use this one to press the evidence. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Oops. I wonder if we're gonna use the photo or the knife as evidence. Sometimes you have the option to use either or, but sometimes not. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed up everything in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Like a little toddler. Anyway, that's what I thought. Let's see. So you didn't think he was dead at all? To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. You thought he had fainted? I guess a couple of these might be usable. I thought he was asleep at first. But then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gone to a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice? Yeah, he always has a hard time waking up. Oh, quite intimate. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. After that, what happened next? When I realized he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. How did you come to realize he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward and knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yeah. This is what it all comes down to. Huh? This is the absolutely end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Okay. Let's get some evidence. You didn't think he was dead with a knife sticking out of him? Because there was no knife in him. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. What's the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that he was a dead man. Well, you see... I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is? Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. I don't know about that. I think she just planted the evidence. No. Looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Engard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews? Try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. Maybe she did think Matt was the killer and that's why she planted the evidence? Like she found the body and she was like, oh no, it was Matt, better. And she wanted to make sure Matt got a guilty verdict or something. Your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I'll give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. She's still gonna refuse, huh? Then there's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Engard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. Now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Well, it is a Phoenix Wright game. In the real world, people tend to hold on to their version of events. Now then, I'd like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Engard. Okay, cool. We can get a not guilty first. Oh. Alright, thanks a lot, Edgeworth. Your Honor. The prosecution feels that this would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? No, she didn't confess. We were about to get a guilty verdict on her, but because she reached the point where she's incriminated herself but refuses to testify further. The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute, real truth. I think she's telling the truth when she says she thinks Matt is the real killer. I think she planted the evidence because she thought he was the real killer. Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through silence, Matt Engard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over and Matt would never be declared guilty. What is she talking about? She lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? I do remember. Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews loves a strong woman. She loves a strong woman to tell her what to do. Yesterday... oh, this is Mia. Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Engard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging onto them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Please, somebody help me. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Oh boy. Court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. Think about who was the real mastermind behind this crime. Is it the killer? Did the killer do the killing? Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Ooh. Wait, when they say not guilty, do they mean not guilty for my client or for her? Because, like, even though I don't think she did it, I would like a not guilty for my client first. But, you know what? We're gonna force her to testify, of course. Because we're all about the truth. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. She is very cute. Miss Andrews, I'd like to know what you're really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? Always and never judge. Sure, Mr. Engard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However... what is it, Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Edgeworth? This witness, how should I put it? She has an illness. What? Because of this illness, she tried to commit suicide in the past. Oh damn, Edgeworth, he's just airing it all out. Stop. Please, stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please stop. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. And here I was like so worried, like, oh man, we gotta be careful, we can't ever use this as evidence, otherwise she'll kill herself and we might get a bad ending. But Edgeworth just does it for us. He's like, whatever. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I'll pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. Yeah, I feel like Edgeworth has changed a lot. You know, he used to be all about covering things up. Now he's like, now he's all about the truth. Like, I feel Phoenix isn't even necessarily about the truth. I feel like Phoenix is mostly just about doing whatever it takes to get his client innocent or not guilty. But Edgeworth is now like going on he has a new vision quest. He has a new lease on life, I guess. I like it though. Because sometimes I feel like Phoenix is very, like a lot of times I'm like, Phoenix, are you sure your clients are really innocent? Like, we know because it's a game. But also like, sometimes I'm like, our clients don't even tell us like that they didn't do it half the time. Yeah, his character development's pretty good. I definitely get why people like him so much as a character. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Is it weird that I kind of want to watch the Ace Attorney anime now? Like, I heard it wasn't particularly, like, very good quality, but, like, part of me just wants, like, I want more, like, voice acting from the characters, you know? Like, probably the Japanese ones. I'll probably look up Japanese Edgeworth lines after this, because I tend to play games in English usually, but I'm still, like, deep down when it comes to anime, I'm more of a Japanese voice actor. You want to know what's actually sad? Well, maybe not sad. Maybe this is very cool. It's very cool of me. Is that, there was a phase where I would also watch, like, Western cartoons in Japanese. Like, I think I found like a channel on like Nikodoga that would put up like certain popular cartoons with like Japanese, or they would put up the Japanese version with the Japanese dubbing. So like I watched some episodes of like Gravity Falls and like Steven Universe in Japanese. I was just thinking about that the other day because I saw like a Twitter post that was like the Steven Universe opening, and suddenly it made me remember the Japanese opening. I like the Japanese opening. It's very easy to sing. 我がクリスタルジェムこの世界を守るこんな時だって必ず助ける I really like it. It's very chill. I'll help. I'm not fluent. My Japanese has gone very poor. But I studied it I started studying Japanese in middle school. And actually I do have a degree in Japanese, but I've never taken the JLPT, which is like the national Japanese. It's like Japan's national Japanese fluency thing. I keep meaning to, but I never think about, because they only schedule it like twice a year, and I just never think about it. But I used to be quite good. I just don't really use it anymore. So I should use it more. But yeah, if you want my backstory, it's it was just kind of pure chance that my school offered Japanese language courses at an early age. And I feel like I did it backwards to most people, because most people get interested in Japanese because they watch anime. I got interested in anime because I was learning Japanese. And I got interested in like Japanese culture because I had a Japanese friend in elementary school. So she eventually did move back to Japan full time. She was actually like very Americanized when she was in America, but I messaged her a couple of years ago, and She basically doesn't know any English anymore. It's kind of funny. But yes, I used to be quite good. I should do more Japanese talking streams and stuff like that. I think it's also like, I don't know, I feel like there's something where like if you ever streaming feels a little bit less natural in terms of speaking. Like even when I'm speaking English, it feels a little bit more manual. So I feel like it would take me a while to like really warm up and use like Japanese more comfortably on stream. But I love it. It's such a cool language. I love it. I love the writing. I love kanji. It's fabulous. It's one of my favorite things. Like actually, I do think English dubs have gotten pretty good nowadays. Or maybe they're not as bad as people thought that they were, but I guess because I love the language so much, like if I ever have a choice, I'm always going to listen to it in Japanese. Nothing matters anymore. Here we go. Dependent personality disorder lesbian time. My crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Actually, I don't think this game even has a Japanese voice option. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished, I was returning to Matt's room. I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. Inconvenient? She means Lada? Stab the body with the knife? But why would you do that? Yeah, I don't think there's language options for this game. Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but... this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intention of framing Matt in guard for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. Also, I know I've been saying this like every stream for like a month, but I really am going to be going back to more consistent streaming soon. I feel like it's gonna jinx it by saying it, but I promise, it's in the works. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. But you could tell from the state of the room that the room was in, that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you didn't know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. I mean, if I do end up getting Minecraft set up, I'll definitely stream. I'll have to stream my solo adventures for like 12 hours. I kind of miss, I really miss my first couple of Disco Elysium streams when I streamed for like 10 hours. I wanna be that unhinged again, you know? That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought, I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So, the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first things that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. So you could get the knife, correct? Alright. So at least she didn't bring the knife with her the first time. The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought, if I use that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes toward him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I use the button somehow, I can make Matt look even more suspect. So, you thought to rip off the button, one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Engard's hakama. Yeah, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. Wait, hold on. Inconvenient. She means Lada? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. Yeah. Bet my spikes? There was a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. Oh, Wendy Oldbag was also there. It's Oldbag. I had been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. That's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes. Juan wanted to wear the costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. And what is this secret? I don't know, really. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the nickel samurai costume, people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any prints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So after all that, you went back to Mr. Engard's room and planted the button. Into Matt's hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck out in the hotel and got rid of it. My word. What does this all mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Engard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstance, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. Why is everybody being so awkward? What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her being... that points to her as the murderer. I mean, she definitely could have lied about all this, but I believe her. The cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Let it go, Mr. Wright. That's another song I used to like to listen to in Japanese. Let it go. I like the Japanese version. I mean, I like the English version too, but... It's been too long since I've heard it. Can't sing it from memory. Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That's all. Court is adjourned for today. No, what about Maya? Also, I still think, did Maya manage to escape the room on her own? It was kind of hinted at, and then we never found out anything further. Aw, Phoenix. Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. Oh, it's the card. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time. Yeah, it's related to the killer somehow. Sorry, not the killer. The killer. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about it. I just remembered I had a little snoozy nap, and I think I don't know why, but I think in my little nap there was a brief cameo from Kaito Kid and you know, Detective Conan, which is funny because I'm not really a Detective Conan fan or anything. I just remembered now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. Found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body. I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as good. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Huh. Heh. 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 Hmm. Still a strange card if you ask me. As far as a clue to this case, I don't see one. Come on, Phoenix. Everything's a clue. Oh, that was Edward. I was wondering who... witness. That card. Give it to me. Hurry. I love this face of his. I love it when he's discombobulated. Edward? Do you have any idea what that stupidly yet what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid this from me all the time. Is it like, so is the killer like a serial killer? And is this like his calling card or whatever? His literal calling card? Can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What's this all about? Never seen Edward so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean? A spiral and a seashell. Yep. Shave. You might think a spiral would remind me of Junji Ito's Uzumaki, which is also one of my favorite Uzumakis, or one of my favorite Junji Itos. But it also kind of reminds me of like spiral motif reminds me of this weird anime manga, Suidi no Kizuna, which to this day I have a hard time really describing what it was about. I feel like the ending got pretty off the rails for that one. I think there was also like a murder mystery. I think that's mainly what it was. It was like a murder mystery with a bunch of angst. It was very 2000s, if you know what I mean. I kind of liked it though. Maybe I should try and figure out what the story actually was though. Oh yeah, Pearl's back. Mystic Maya! Maya, where? There, Pearl. I can't take it anymore. Aw. Poor Pearl. Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. Poor Pearl. Also, thank goodness, I was getting kind of tired of Mia. She wasn't really being very helpful, she was just sassing me. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. Oh man, my speakers are acting weird again, but as long as you guys can at least still hear things, I guess that's fine. For some reason, my speakers, when I play this game, they sometimes like get a little bit distorted and then cut out. Let me turn them off and on. Yeah, sorry, they're very loud to turn off and on. Oh no. No! Somehow I've lost... Hold on a second. Hold on. I think I know how to fix this. Give me a second. Now suddenly it has lost audio on the stream again. What a disaster. Let me see if I can remember how to fix it real fast. Hold on. Let me go back to the main menu real fast. Oh boy. Every time. Every time. Why does this keep happening to me? All right, well, uh, mm-hmm. Yeah, something is still really weird with my audio settings that keeps making it mess up like this. And I don't know why. Oh, I'm so upset. I'm very not happy to have this issue again. Let me take one more look at it. Oh. Monitoring. Monitoring device, I believe was it. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Still nothing. Oh boy. Very, very thrilled. I love this. Oh, you know what? I might. I only have like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes left. I wonder if it's like, maybe I should try to find my old speakers to see if they are working better. But I think I changed speakers because they were having these same issues. Audio, advanced. Oh. Hold on 1 second. One more second. What else was I supposed to do here? I don't know. I have no idea. Ah! Why does this keep happening? It's genuinely so weird. Like, I feel like my speakers will start to cut out on my end. And then if I try to like fiddle with them, it immediately messes with my OBS for some reason. Very bizarre and annoying. Hmm. Let me try like one, two more things. If not, I will end stream in a rage because yeah, the audio like started to cut out for me. And then whenever I try to like fix it, it cuts out for you guys. Like on OBS, I can tell that there's nothing. You guys are only getting my mic sound. You're not getting any other sounds. Which I am sorry. I need to figure out like what is actually happening because I thought I had fixed it. Oh. But this is just, it's just not good. And I don't know why. I guess whenever that happens next time, I will just have to not fix it for my end, and then hopefully it will not, it'll at least stay in the video. At least you guys will be able to hear it. I did something to fix it, but it's not working now. What else can I do here? Sorry, I'm like, this has just been very frustrating for me. It's another reason why I was not particularly motivated to stream. Okay. Let me test that. Oh my god, that's so loud. Not that, well, you guys might have heard that from my my mic. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to be able to stream a little bit longer, but this is genuinely very frustrating. I will try to figure it out and hopefully... Oh my god. I'm sorry. But it's just like one of those weird things that's just so frustrating to deal with because I don't know why. This is normally not an issue, and then all of a sudden this entire month it's been an issue nonstop. Oh, and my PNG is definitely frozen again. PNG, you frozen? You're not moving your lips? Oh, I know why it's not moving its lips. It's not frozen. It's because it's also not registering the sound, which doesn't make any sense either because OBS does hear my sound. I am sorry. I do not like to have to complain about this all the time. It is not fun. No, this is not moments of calm. This is moments of frustration. So I also don't like it because it's so quiet. It's freaking me out. Okay. I will end stream. Can we do this? Can we set this as default? Set default. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try to just like uninstall my speakers at the very least and try to also like reset everything because this is not good. All right, well, also another short stream. I knew it was going to be less than 3 hours, but I'm kind of disappointed that this made me stop. But at least we made it to the end of the trial. Thank God. I would have been so upset. Sorry, things are happening. Things are falling near me. I would have been so upset if it stopped before the trial. I will, after I have my dinner, I will try to troubleshoot this again. Try to like uninstall and reinstall everything. I know it's probably like, it probably bothers me way more than it bothers you guys. But it's just so annoying on my end, you know? Because it's even worse to like troubleshoot these things while live. Because sometimes I'm not sure if like the settings will save. But I will fiddle with this more tonight. I will decompress before dinner so I'm not all pissy, and I will have a better dinner, and I'll figure out some solution. I think last time, I don't remember if my headphones were able to make it work better. Bye-bye. 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 Oh, hold on. Let's put on old ending music. You are too late, and everybody showed up right when everything went terribly wrong. So goodbye. I will look into this tonight again. And please pray. Hold your hands and heads. Like, you don't have to, not even religious prayer. Pray to the tech gods that sound issues get worked out and then I never have to deal with this ever again. Because good God. Yes, everybody pray. Pray to the karmic forces that this shit works. Thank you. Thank you for your prayers. I'm not really like a punch the wall kind of anger person. but I am frustrated. I'm definitely though the type that's more likely to like take out the anger on myself. So, as opposed to like damaging my stuff. So like I'm not gonna bang my desk or anything for the most part. But I'll probably just berate myself endlessly. But I will try not to, because I do have dinner, which is actually, I was complaining a little bit about it because it did mean I was gonna have to stream less anyways. But it is going to be a good thing. So it's a good dinner. All right, bye-bye. We will have sound someday. Someday we'll have no audio issues, no tech issues. The internet will not cut out. Everything will be good. I will get a job. I will not be homeless. We will see. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, excuse me.